I want to talk about this podcast.
Go
So,
ahead, girl.
so I'm going to formally introduce you because people need to know who I am speaking to. Okay, this does not get to happen every day, and it does not get to happen to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen,
Absolutely.
my
Absolutely.
my
And so they don't think that it's being redundant because many of them have read the book, you know.
yes, listen. My name is Koku at blackfilm.com, and I am here with the legendary Pam Grier. Okay, Pam Grier, who is featured in the Turner Classic Movies award-winning podcast, The Plot Thickens, in season 4, hosted by Ben Mankiewicz. Let me tell you something. I've been listening to this podcast, and Ms. Grier, I mean, I know you realize the imprint you have had in our lives and historically, but I also don't think people realize just how humble and just how wonderful you are. Just speaking to you, like prior to even just starting to sort of talk about the podcast, Miss Greer sitting here giving me recipes, talking about
Yeah,
making
mom.
my
Yeah, mommy.
we hanging,
Orale. Orale.
right, we
You
hanging
know,
out like some old
comida.
friends over
Comida
here.
por la familia. Okay.
Exactly. Well, la familia, we're sitting here on the porch, rocking chairs and just talking like some old, high school friends or something.
Every year I got to add another rocking chair. Damn
it's
it. I got
it's
20 rocking chairs on my porch. And everybody's RV is plugged up
everybody
outside.
does. Everybody come over to your house because they know you're gonna make something good, right?
Hey, but they're cooking in their RVs now.
Oh,
And you
they
know
got
what?
fancy.
Guess
Hmm.
what? I have taken upon myself to
Hmm.
help my friends who have kids and my sister, my nephews,
Yeah,
and I started teaching them how to cook.
yeah, it's good. It's good. People need,
Okay,
yeah, yeah. Just
these
on,
are
on a
these
fundamental level, we need to know how to make. Yeah.
MIT geeks, geniuses at 6'6". Everybody wants them to play basketball. They said
Yeah.
I ain't get slapped upside the head. But I taught them when they went off to college, Duke Law and Wesleyan and all the universities in
Look at those
Colorado.
universities you named. Yeah.
I taught them how to make pasta with flour and egg. That's all they
Hmm.
eat every day. And they like cooking with fresh garlic.
Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
so they would fill the dorms up and where they're living with the smell aroma of food,
Yeah.
which, for kids studying, there's nothing else to do but study. And they
Hmm.
would make money per plate. And when they would, repair the kids' bikes, they'd make money. So
That's
yeah,
very
we
smart.
taught them how to be resourceful. And so,
Hmm.
Auntie Pam, we gonna cook for you.
So everybody favorite Auntie Pam.
They gonna cook for me.
they
Okay.
going now they work for you now.
And I when they set the tables
Yeah.
and put centerpieces, and I said, we don't, you can put apples, pomegranates, nuts, and
Yeah.
some leaves in the center with some candles. You're done. You don't
Mm.
have to spend a lot of money. We're
No.
gonna mess it up anyway, but you know how to make it pretty because you've seen it done and you liked it,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Okay, so now they want to be entrepreneurs in restaurant and culinary arts and black food and soul
Wow.
food. They want to know, and now that they can make pasta for
Yeah.
every damn thing and bread
Yeah.
and biscuits,
Yeah.
they are
They're
fed. We
yeah.
are fed. But you know what
Mm,
is the reward
mm.
is when you come in the room and they did it.
Yeah, no, it's in knowing that you had a part of that. Yeah.
They
Hmm.
did
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
And other kids don't are selfish,
Hmm.
don't wait to come and don't bring nothing, no flowers, no wine,
Right.
no nothing, don't have any manners. And you absolutely made a difference in these young men's life. They can go anywhere.
Yeah, no. It's a
They can
skill.
talk food.
Yeah, it's a
Come on,
skill.
we got to do
Hmm.
that. And when I see when some of their friends say, hey, I didn't know he could do that. I said, you can do it too. Just buy a huge bag of flour or some pinto beans and rice, and you can make tortillas and bread and feed your family.
Right, that's true.
So because that's the balance and essence of life is
Mm.
you have the energy and the innovation and the initiative,
Yeah.
okay,
Hmm.
to do things, be self-made, all the things that I've learned. I
Yes.
came out here with $33 and a bucket of chicken.
Wow. Hmm.
Okay. I was living in a garage and 5 places trying to get into film school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're getting tuition. They get it. But
Yeah.
I didn't 50 years ago, 50,
Yeah.
50 years ago.
50 years ago.
And we were raised by cooking from scratch everything. We we
Mhm.
we jarred, we canned tomatoes and jam, and in the root cellar, potatoes and carrots and onions, and we
Mhm.
made moonshine and pickles and all that stuff, homemade stuff that you buy it, but it is the essence of everything.
Yeah.
So to let them know this is where you can repeat that today in
Yeah.
a modern society of the millennials that are
Mhm.
cutting back, tightening their belts.
Yeah.
They're having to become entrepreneurs. They're having to become, when the restaurants, the takeouts, the DoorDash and Uber Eats and all the
I'm
food
very familiar.
delivery it pulled us through, it pulled me through,
Yeah. Mhm.
because you couldn't go in the stores, you couldn't go in the
You couldn't go
restaurants.
anywhere. No.
They kept the restaurants alive with their little smart butts.
Mhm.
They kept us going.
Mm.
And to honor what they learned from us and to see it come out the other side of the wave, that's the reward.
That's the reward.
because
Yeah.
because you don't think you reach your kids,
Mm.
especially other people's kids,
Yeah. 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 But
so
it's like no, we're listening.
so when I do the work,
Yeah.
I add me cooking,
Mm.
or I'm
Mhm.
sitting down playing an instrument and singing.
Well, I know, Miss Greer, I know that you do sing, and I thought that was really interesting. And I want to talk about something because you were also speaking about how you would prepare for scenes and you were singing gospel.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I really did not know that that I didn't know that your spirituality led you to sing gospel prior to scenes. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, I was in a gospel group in Denver called the Echoes of Youth. The whole
Mm.
family sang. The family that started organized it, and some of the
Mhm.
members were part of Earth, Wind, and Fire, who were
Mm.
from Denver. Philip Bailey, Andrew Warfolk, and Larry Dunn. They're from Denver, and Haywood Hobbs was our director who wrote original songs. But we still like James Cleveland, Five
Yeah.
Vine Boys, Shirley
Mhm.
Caesar, Aunt Peebles. We love the traditional songs, but we came up with the songs that had more instrumentation. We
Mhm.
rocked, we sold,
Mhm.
we sang where people said, we were filling up our church. We were asked to visit other churches in other states,
Right.
and we were asked to have an engagement at James Cleveland's church in Watts in Compton.
Yeah.
And the day we went out there, the Watts riots broke out.
Oh
We
wow.
were stuck in some apartments, but what we did is we sang. And when
Yeah.
we got to come to the church, they passed the plate like 5 or 6 times. That's when we know
Mhm.
we making some money. That's when we make everybody felt the spirit. you know uh,
Mhm.
and some of the songs were melodic, like love songs.
Mhm.
They weren't just
Mhm.
traditional Lord on the tabernacle, touch the hem of his
Mhm.
garment. We came up with songs that were almost intoxicatingly spiritual,
Mhm.
where the harmonies and the songs were just breaking through the old time religion.
Yeah.
That's religion that we used to be. We had a way that it reached the younger generation.
Yes, I understand that completely. I understand that completely. A lot of the
And
gospel yeah, the more modern
absolutely,
take.
it
Mhm.
changes. Our audience
Yeah.
changes, our music changes every three to
Yeah.
five years. And you
Yes.
develop your audience. Like I developed the audience to accept a woman holding a gun, jumping, around
Yes, you
karate,
did.
kung fu, because they weren't used to that. And we
They
we
weren't,
have
but then
to.
sometimes you were criticized for it. So how did that feel in the moment, knowing that you had so much love and you obviously were successful in that, but then people were criticizing you for that as well?
Well, but we're not monolithic
Right, right, right.
as a race,
Mhm.
as a culture, as a community.
That's correct.
We're very progressive, mixed races, very
Mhm.
dark, very light, and
Mhm.
all in between.
Mhm.
And we have a culture of spirituality, of surviving. And
Mhm.
we change every 3 to 5 years. Nothing is the same. A change is gonna come, and the sun gonna come up. That's the three
Yeah.
things we can always count on in my culture, which is my great great grandmother was a very dark skinned African American woman, probably more Nigerian than anything, and she was a
Mm.
sugar beet farmer and owned a hotel for the blacks and Chinese that worked on the railroad. And then
Mm.
I had my father's side. They were very, very, as a high yellow gal. Anyway, they had blue eyes. They had
Mhm.
9 kids, a lot of people, and they were a part of a family that owned a tobacco plantation in North
Mm.
Carolina. So, and all that in between. But there was so much love and safety of one another, had to protect each other from Jim Crow and racism. We came out with a bond. And that bond is all of the cultures that we are. And
Yeah.
whether it's food, religion, dress, style, hair, we have all those wonderful levels and plateaus and depths of our cultures and backgrounds, and we can draw on it all the time.
Mhm.
You know, if I was just one culture, I don't know what I'd do. I might get a little bored, but I don't. But I don't. And then when my grandfather took us girls to the ranch and helped me out after I'd had my attacks and I had, mental trauma, physical trauma, spiritual
Mm.
trauma, he just said, I want to teach the girls, to do everything that a man can do. I'll bring the boat in, change the tires, spark plugs, be self-sufficient. If a woman can do something, Pammy, a man will respect you.
Mm.
I
That's
remember
actually what
that to
makes
this
it
day.
makes you perfect for the roles that you took on, because you just showed how badass that you could be, and it actually,
But
yeah.
creatively badass. When I did, for
Mm.
example, the play The Piano Lesson, August Wilson
Mhm.
selected all of his cast members as long as he was alive, and the director from NYU had told him, we really should have Pam Grier in The Piano Lesson. She plays piano and she sings,
Mhm.
and I don't know if there are other productions where the actresses really played and sang. I don't know. But I
Right.
did for Denver Center for the Performing Arts Theater in the Round. So to thank August Wilson and our wonderful director at the time, I composed a song for him, a gospel song
Mm.
on the piano. So when the audience is coming in, I'm playing the piano in my living room, and the
Mm.
audience is filling up the seats around the stage,
Mhm.
and they're going, someone's rehearsing their piano, should we go in, should we sit down? And the usher's saying, yeah, you're in the play, go in,
Mm.
sit down, you are like a family member or a guest playing in the living room of the stage when it opens. Oh, wow. So I got an opportunity to write a song for
Yeah.
August Wilson.
That's amazing. Do you think
So
that your original calling, would you have wanted to be a singer probably before actress?
no.
No, not necessarily. Okay.
No,
Mhm.
I can
Mhm.
sing. I can scat lullaby and birdland, da 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 ba
Mhm.
da 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 ba da ba boo ba da boo ba da boo ba da da. I can sing scat, jazz, gospel, Latin, little Arabic, whatever moves
Yeah.
me, jazz. But I think as an artist, I want to
Yeah.
explore the soul and spirit and passion of many walks of life,
Yeah.
just for
Definitely.
my own maybe entertainment or
Yeah, yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
own, because I have such an appreciation for various cultures. But I want to see
Yes.
how it feels coming through me.
Mhm.
And you know what?
Do you appreciate travel in that sense too?
I do very much
Yeah.
so. And we
Mhm.
have more
Mhm.
people coming here than we have going over there, but it's okay. We'll learn it. But I do appreciate, because back in the day,
Mhm.
the black churches would go visit the white churches
Mhm.
and Jewish synagogue and sing the gospel and
Mhm.
have them people standing up and holy rolling. And the
Yeah.
white and the whites would come to the black churches
Hmm.
and sing their songs.
Mhm.
And we had that type of fellowship, if you will.
Understood.
And we haven't been having that.
I don't think we're having that right now. It is unfortunate, but I don't see it. No. Yeah.
I don't know why.
I
I don't know
feel
why
like,
people aren't inviting each other to share, because people like black music, black spiritual music. We like
yes.
opera. We like white music. We like country and western music.
Right.
I don't understand why have we just forgot or we're just numb or dull. I don't know.
So
But we're
let me let
losing
me let me
time. We're
right.
losing time.
I have an opinion on this. I feel like, and I'm not, and I do not pretend to be some super religious, person in that sense, right? But I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
just foundationally, I think that a lot of what does bring us culture or what brings us together is like the church, right? So I can go to a church even with a secular
Church.
mindset.
Church. Go.
Church,
Church.
church,
Church.
right?
Church.
I go to the church. They gonna sing the gospel, you know what I'm saying? Miss
Get up,
Pam gonna be up
Jesus.
there. She go,
Yeah.
get up, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go up there and I'll even do a choir solo, you know what I mean? But the
Sure
point
you
I but
will.
the but the point I'm making is I think foundationally, when we don't even have that rooted sort of sense of community, even if you're not a spiritual or even like I said, a
You don't have to
religious
be spiritual.
person.
I went to 5 different churches for 5 different styles of music.
See, I know, like, and listen, and I'm gonna tell you something, Miss Pam. I was raised Catholic, but then
So hey, me
my next
too.
door neighbor was Baptist, and so I used to go to their
I went
church,
to
and
the Baptist churches for the music. I went to the Holy Rollers
yes,
to see people fall out on the floor.
yep, I went to the revivals. Okay, I went to
Girl,
Vacation Bible
please.
School.
Hey, don't even have me in the country see a tent and I hear
And
tambourines hitting.
it's like I'm gonna run
I'm
up there.
jumping out the car.
Exactly, and I'm gonna go and join them. So I just feel like that sense of community, when that is lost, that's when you have that sort of disconnect where people are sort
Yeah,
of just
absolutely.
fighting
You
and
have a disconnect.
yes, yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
Because people get together. It's like a party,
yes,
like every
yes.
week. And
Mhm.
you don't have to worry about the police coming.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's a good party. Everyone dresses up and we hear, whether it's Old Testament or New Testament
Mhm.
or it's patriarchal and we have to get over it. Say, hey, that's what they talked about. It doesn't apply to me.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
going to criticize. I'm not going to stand
Right.
up there and say, throw the Bible out. No, you could.
No.
And every time I see a pastor with the robe on and he's dancing and he's, and the Lord said, and like, I have to, someone gag me. I'm going to laugh. Put your hand over my mouth so I don't
Right.
say
Right.
anything. But all of us, but it's almost a performance where
Yeah.
it would be our James Brown.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be our Little Richard. It will be a tradition of performance of some people are hearing something positive. We're not filtering out anything. Well, we just want to hear, what worked then and
Yeah.
what works now, or maybe not.
I mean, again, the lack of church, like as a foundation, it also you even hear it in the music
Sure,
that these
you hear it in
people,
the
yeah,
music gets
yeah,
everybody in the door.
right, 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 and
When
so
we
it's,
march down the aisle, we crossing over
you
one
see,
by one. Yeah, yeah. We're fast approaching life-setting sun. Don't let it. And now the audience, everyone's standing,
yeah,
everyone's moving and
hmm
clapping. Don't let it catch you if your work's undone. Hey, we're crossing over one by one. Everybody starts singing and knows that song across
yeah,
this country.
yeah, yeah. You just
And
know
then
that's
sit down. Can you have an amen? And
mhm.
they start singing again, and the plates start coming out, and people start cleaning out their pockets for change.
That's right. I know
Girl,
that's right. Then we
girl,
can't
but
wait after
but,
we
but
can't wait till
that's
after the service though, so we can go into the basement and then we can have that good mac and cheese.
no, the fried chicken dinner, country
Yeah,
fried chicken church dinner. Come on now,
I
there
know
were
that's
people,
right.
but everybody came from across the town. Whoever the longest line made the best chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was
Hilarious.
the double dip chicken. That was extra crunchy.
It's so
Oh,
wonderful to talk to you.
well, but we should be warm and fuzzy once in a while. It's
Yes.
okay. And I'm surprised that I make a lot of the young ones and young boyfriends that I have. I started dating again. It's called timeshare men, like only 90 days. Okay, I'm only going to date you from February, March, April. That's it, 390 days. And then the
Seasonal.
next
Yes.
is summer, and I take off for myself. And the next, there's no forever. There's no such thing. And then I get to Christmas. Do I want the Christmas date or the Halloween? So
Now
I
you know
come a
that's gonna make
time.
the men crazy because men cannot take it when women have that much control of their lives.
Well, that men's already planning on leaving once they start the relationip. So what's the
Exactly.
problem?
They're plotting to exit.
I already know when you're gonna leave because something comes up better, or you tired of the perfume, or you don't have any more money. But there's some men only want the beach and a
Yeah,
drink in
yeah,
Cabo or Costa or the Bahamas, and some want to hit the slopes.
yeah, yeah,
Some want to go, Hawaii diving. There's the
yeah,
men that can't put their face in the water.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, girl. So I got my time share, man.
What
But
kind of
but
man?
guess what? It takes the pressure off of them as well.
Yeah, well, that's true. But what
And
kind
if
of?
it goes longer, it
Mm.
could be the one. Okay,
It's like,
but
wait a minute, you are one day outside of your contract, sir. What is going on?
okay, yeah, I was like, oh, you want to hang around a little more? You like my dogs, okay? And my mama liked you a lot. Okay, we could do that, but I don't enter a relationship that causes pressure, saying it's going to be
Yeah,
forever or until death do us part.
that's
No,
realistic.
that's a fantasy.
Yeah, that's realistic, though.
It's
You know.
realistic, and
Yeah,
you don't get bored with each other. And
yeah.
we can do, hey, the same time, the same month next year. You got it. It's a,
Oh, set a calendar call like, hey, you want to come back around?
it's timeshare. I can't expect a man to do water sports, winter, mama, climbing, biking, football. Some don't like baseball, some
that's
like
asking for
this.
too much. Yeah,
Come on now. Come on now. And when a brother likes hockey, oh my
yeah.
God.
That doesn't often
Oh,
happen either. We,
but I used to flood my corral in Colorado and make it into an ice rink.
yeah,
And we would have the potluck, people would play against the dogs, so
yeah.
we play with our sneakers and brooms and dust mops and stuff, and we
Hmm.
and the dogs, if they got the ball and ran off the ice, they scored it. But if we hit the tennis ball into the goal, we
Yeah.
scored.
Hmm.
And girl, it was silly time. We had more fun, potluck, ate and stuff. We don't have that no more. Number one, the weather's strange. And number
Yeah.
two, what I love most, and people are having given up, is skating in their basements.
Oh, that's true. We used to
Roller
skate.
skating
Yeah, we
in
used
the
to.
basement.
Yeah, I haven't. I gotta be honest with you. I did have some inline skates too, and some
Girl,
rollerblades.
where you been?
I can't even answer that question. There's no reason for it. I just really have not. I literally have rollerblades right now in my closet, and I cannot tell you why I have
Yeah,
not used
well, these are four-wheel roller skates, and you
them. Hmm.
dance to all the great ass music, Frankie Beverly, whatever,
Yes.
and you roll around. And if you have a three pole in your basement, that's the biggest one everyone likes to go to. So you're
Hmm.
hoping the family has at least a two pole in their basement,
Hmm.
because we're gonna dance in them skate. Girl, when my homies, my relatives said, "Come on over, fam, we gonna skate," and went over my head. But you got roller skates. I do have them back home. I don't now, but I'll find
Yeah.
somebody that has the same, size.
Yeah.
And girl, I go down the stairs in the basement, and the music is thumping and bumping. And here's all my homies and the kids and grandkids dancing in the basement on roller skates.
They still have traditional roller rinks. There still are some
Yeah,
that are open. Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But these are freebies. Just come on over,
Just come on to the house.
bring your old bottle, and we just gonna hang out with friends and drink and eat and roller
Yeah.
skate.
Keep it fun and safe.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that to me is keeps my character plump, tight,
Mm-hmm.
invigorated,
Yeah.
um, just not being bored or
Right.
dull, or some people, you're just not engaged. I always want to be engaged
Yeah.
in life, and do the silly kid stuff that I've done and always done.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Mm-hmm.
Everyone says, yeah, everybody chimes in what they did, what they do, and those are the things that keep us grounded, but gives us an expansion of our life.
Yeah. And I think
And
I can tell that you also have friends of all ages too, probably.
I
Yeah,
do.
like yeah, 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 yeah. I can tell.
I
Yeah.
do. The
Mm-hmm.
people I'm working with on the series, them,
Mm-hmm.
the people I worked with on Pet Cemetery,
Mm-hmm.
Henry Thomas and Dave Duchovny, and on
Mm-hmm.
Cinnamon with Damon Wayans,
Mm-hmm.
and on another movie about the zombie apocalypse. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm very progressive, because we are now living in a society where the zombie family is accepted,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
various levels of zombieism.
Yeah.
whatever that is. But
Mm-hmm.
we're inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And but
Mm-hmm.
I, if you're gonna be a zombie and drop them arms and legs, don't drop them in my driveway. Okay,
I heard
clean
that.
clean your raggedy arms up. Okay, and when you come in the
Yeah.
bar,
Yeah.
I want to make sure you pay with money, not with corn cobs, because the zombies can drink piss on ice. Okay.
You're like, it's not gonna be in front of you. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a good time. We're going to engage, right?
Hey, we gonna be friendly to the zombie family. Come on, cut your grass now. Clean up the legs. I
Yeah.
know. All right, right.
Like
You ride a
I know,
motorcycle.
baby.
Yeah, and the zombies make me crazy in this other movie because they standing from the escalator. They're trying to figure it out. Get on the stairs, fool. Get on the stairs. Oh, you stink. You don't want to go on the elevator? Okay, I will go the other direction. But I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help them to be normal and happy like human beings. I'm trying to help the
Mm-hmm.
zombie family.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting.
Like, okay,
Hilarious.
don't be stupid around me, okay? I'm trying to help you out, okay? Yes, but I understand zombie culture. Everybody else did. The Walking Dead, are you kidding? The zombie theme,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, people loved it.
Yeah,
Everyone
that,
loved
that show, yeah, people were really, really, really
it. Between
yeah, very
zombie, and so, but we had to prepare our audience for that because they wouldn't
yeah,
go see it if we hadn't. They wouldn't have been prepared for me to be in action like a lot of the actresses do today. They handle guns, they run, jump, they do martial arts. 50
yeah,
years ago, men weren't accepting. As we go back to that question you asked, how did it feel
yeah,
when I put my feet in a man's shoes? It scared
yeah,
them.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
scared. When
yeah.
my mom cut my grass, our family's grass in our yard, she was ostracized by the neighbors, male and female, for
Mm.
what you trying to do, be a man? What you trying to
Yeah,
do?
they mm-hmm.
No, we went to
They
the hardware
criticize
store
you.
and
Yeah.
lost our minds. And Bob Vila was my idol. He was my Superman. He
Mm.
taught my mom and I how to take care of the house when my father was away.
Mm.
Keep it,
Wow.
tuned up, take off the storm windows and doors, fix, holes in the wall, paint. The first time we painted a room, we lost our minds. They do it all the time in the commercials now.
Yeah. No,
Everyone's
yeah, I don't like
painting, designing. They weren't ready for that 50, 60 years ago.
right, right. And I'm
Seriously,
glad now that people do like now because I don't believe in sort of like men's roles and women's
there's
roles and
no
things like
that
yeah,
gender
yeah,
issues.
yeah, yeah. I don't do that. Yeah,
No, but they did.
yeah, right, right.
They
That's very
they
interesting. Yeah.
truly, truly,
Hmm.
truly did. And women said, well, my husband did not come back from Vietnam. I got to cut the grass. Okay.
Hmm.
We
Yeah.
got to clean the drains.
Hmm.
We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And I made a lot of my college money by cutting grass, painting, babysitting, doing, chores and things like that. That's how I made
Hmm.
some of my college money.
Oh, that's interesting.
They
Okay.
weren't gonna stop me from that. Because Gloria Steinem, Bella Abzug, Shirley Chisholm, and Barbara Jordan said, no, you are worth a whole lot more.
I think it's interesting because, I hear you speak and I've seen what you've done, but I think that when people see you, they're just like, well, why is this beautiful woman doing these things? And like, so I think it's kind of like hard. It was probably hard for them to just even really make sense of it. Cause like, well, she could just sit there and be pretty. And you're just like, no, like I'm a badass.
Yeah, that's a waste of life, isn't it? And they can accept you and turn
Yeah,
you out and
yeah,
take it away from you in a heartbeat. So
this
when
is
you
true.
have it, when it belongs to you, they can't take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mm-hmm.
confidence and your beauty. And beauty, there's some women that may not have the physical features that you expect from advertising,
Right.
but they have a beautiful spirit, and they can create organic farming, and they can do renovation, and they can work for Habitat for Humanity. And like me, I can name 10 tractor companies,
Wow. Yeah. That's cool. I can't.
and most men can't. But
Yeah, most men
I've
can't.
I've had to be able to use those brands
Yeah.
to work on my farm or move a tree or
Yeah.
do something, because I wanted to be self-sufficient, as my grandfather said I am capable of being.
Hmm. So what do you think, with this podcast here, what made you think that this was a really good thing to do? I mean, I love Ben Mankiewicz, I do obviously pay attention to Turner Classic Movies, but when they decided to profile you, what did you think about that?
I said, do it. I said,
Go ahead.
go ahead. Like I said, I pray for you.
Mhm.
Go ahead, if you want to. And I said, because My book really was 480 pages, and we had to cut it
Mm-hmm.
down to 260 to be, readable for the public and
Mm-hmm.
the reading public. And we left out a lot. But
Yeah.
with this podcast, it's not redundant to the readers who have read the
No.
book over and over. And every time you read a book, like you see a movie, you see more, you hear more, your filters are down, you change, you receive more. And so when I did the podcast, I said, "You really gonna come and see me in the barn with the horses in the morning?" And it was supposed to be warm when they got here. It was
Mm-hmm.
freezing. I felt so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, "Yeah, we're gonna tape and film the sound effects." And it's like radio.
Yeah, it really is. It's really, really, it's really well done. Yeah.
I'm captivated by it, saying,
Yeah.
"What?" I've been listening to it, and everybody's listening to it. Neighbors,
Yeah,
people
it's
at
good.
work, everyone's just saying, because it's like hearing the book. It's not the film yet. Like if we did the film, you would close your eyes through the entire movie and just
R-
listen to it.
Yeah.
But there's another level when you take away the visual, the eyesight,
Yes, you have
which
to.
I learned in my
You
therapeutic writing program. When the senses are gone, your other senses like step up. Well, this
exactly.
is that you envision and hearing, whether it's singing, movie, grunting, or I'm quiet and you can hear me being very pensive and modeling or moods or everything. You hear it,
Yep, that's true.
that you may not see it in a film because there's so much going on.
You, you,
You're
you you
more
tend to
focused.
you'll be distracted. Even it's like you're watching something, but you could still be distracted. But to your point, you just listen more intently when you actually just have to,
Exactly.
yeah, just abandon, just listen. And even just how it's formatted, and then there's a different interviews, and then there's just the narration. I mean, it's really, really well done, and I've enjoyed just getting to know more about you and just things that I didn't know. It just on a surface level, there's things I thought I knew, right? But I didn't know these things about you. I'm even just talking to you today. It's just been such an honor and a blessing.
Well, in the book, I couldn't do everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In the movie, we can't do everything.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the only one can do a 6-hour movie is Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump. And then The Godfather 1, 2, and 3, that's about it.
mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
was lucky to get this and be a
Mm-hmm.
continuation of the book, the continuation of every article I've been interviewed for
Mm-hmm.
since day one, whether it's archaic, every writer has a certain slant, something they're interested in, trying to do something that hasn't been done or uniquely, whatever.
Yeah.
And the writers, as I do, we change every 3 to 5 years,
Yeah. And will
and
you
there's
continue to
new
write as
slants and new
well?
perspectives.
You'll continue to write?
Oh, absolutely.
You
Yeah.
mentioned taking a writing class. So you're very involved and engaged in your different
Well, my
pursuits.
my my PhD is in humanities, and it took me
Mm-hmm.
4 years to write my doctorate and be accepted for all the work it takes to write your outline, create your book and the art, get it published,
Mm-hmm.
and go to the meetings with your publisher saying, "I'm coming to meet 30 people who are going to help me
Yeah.
create the book, help me understand literature, help me understand the marketing of the book place and who reads books."
Right. Yeah. And who's
Okay,
this for? Right. Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that said, I thought I was getting an honorary, doctorate like David Allen Greer and a couple other people who were there. And the president said, "No, Pam, you are getting your real
You're real.
doctorate.
You earned it. Mm-hmm.
You earned it. It took 4 years. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, I had my beatings and my rapes and my therapy and my
Mm.
trauma and everything that came out. Honestly, about, cocaine in my body, perhaps because it
Mm.
was applied from, a boyfriend, a lover I was with, to
Mm.
to be that graphically truthful for audiences to pick up on and say, "Wow, I did it. I'm not doing it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It harmed me. It could have harmed me."
Mm-hmm.
To say things. Remember, we wouldn't say, vaginal, vagina on TV
Yeah, it was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah.
forever.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't say the C word,
Mm-hmm.
which was cancer.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't say that forever.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got cancer and I had 18 months to live, and I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
2 years, put everything in my state. I had a great life. I got a fight. I'm going to look different. I do look different. I don't feel so good, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ready to go. Let's see what happens. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And share that. And so, with all of the truth serum, spoonfuls of truth serum that I had swallowed, they got it. And the
Mm-hmm.
president gave me this magnificent award. And she's in my framed doctorate. It's not honorary.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real hard earned doctorate of humanities at
I know that's
everything
right.
I've been involved. And I have an honorary one from Langston University in agriculture and science,
Mm-hmm.
because the ag students. It's a historically black, college and university, Langston, and
Mm-hmm.
the ag students are going to save us. They're going to find water.
Yeah.
They're going to, help us eat better. And people donating their farms and private jets to them to make sure they achieve those, academic goals. Can't beat that.
Yeah.
Can't beat it. And when I went on the Joy Reid show, I don't know if you saw that.
I will watch it after this for
the
sure.
read the readout, and I talked about the 3 initiatives to get younger people to vote, but the fact that there's water making machines that should be in our homes so we don't tax the waters that the farmers need to grow our food, and that we have the EVs. You can convert your hoopty into an EV for $5,000 to $7,000 because of
Mm-hmm.
these conversion garages, which could possibly be the next major IPOs of
Mm-hmm.
converting your 65 Mustang to an EV, your Porsche,
Mm.
356 to an EV. And after that interview, it all came out. Everybody's talking about EV, 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 EV,
Mm-hmm.
conversion cars. The normal people can own it. No, and then the solar. I drive through low income families that survive off of 17,000 a year with 12 people in the house. They might live in a single wide trailer, but they have
Right.
solar on top because they don't want to be a part of the problem. They hate being low income and being treated like they don't count. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
anybody going out there talking to these people who are
Right.
lovely. And
Mm-hmm.
with all their might, they got solar on top of their trailer. With
Mm-hmm.
all their might. And they took solar panels off the White House. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. No. They took
Yeah,
them
it used
off
to
the
be
White
on.
House?
Jimmy Carter put the solar panels on the White House.
Oh, wow. Well, they a lot
And
of
so,
times, speaking to what you're saying about the solar panels, they'll tax you for trying to be off the grid. They don't encourage that. So
hey,
I've seen
it's
situations where
it's a
people
new
have been
day.
punished for it. So it's interesting. Yeah. Like certain towns will not want you
It's
to
a
be
new
off the
day.
grid. Yeah.
It's a new day because right. Well, the thing is, you have to be off the grid now because the people can't afford to have no income and have to pay a $900 electric bill that costs more than their mortgage.
Exactly. No, you're completely right about that. And I just want to even to just kind
And
of
that's discussed in reality.
and to just return back to your point
It
too,
doesn't make
like
sense.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. I mean, just from a base perspective, like when you're talking about agriculture and just being able to like cultivate land or even to be able to cook, to be able to fish, farm, those kinds of things, those fundamental skills are what's really going to get us ahead. And that's what we need to start to return to.
What we have started,
Yeah.
people have been flying over Heartland.
Yeah.
The basic people that get on assembly line, build a battery, an EV. It's USA made, USA pride. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The people that fly over this country, whether it's private jet or limousines to the airport, and
Yeah.
they pay, for 6, 8 family members, aren't going to drive through in an RV and see the Heartland.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
until you do, you don't know because it doesn't affect me because I'm flying over it and I don't deal with it. Well,
Right.
guess what? Those same people pick your food, they plant it, they harvest it, and take it to market.
Mm-hmm.
They help you be successful.
Mm-hmm.
The home techs, they call them maids or housekeepers. I call them home techs.
I like that
There
home
was a
tech.
lady that was in front. Hey, remember when the gasoline went up? Like to 3 digit, it went up to like in the summer.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I drive a Subaru trucks. I drive everything. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's my get around car that people can hit scratch key, hit bang, and you can fill it up for $35. I'm filling it up for $90.
It cost me like $72 to fill my tank up.
I'm like,
Yeah.
people are not going to be able to afford this, a full tank of gas.
It's not
Lady in
sustainable.
front of me, She's 30 years old. She's a housekeeper. She cleans 6 houses a day so we can be successful.
Mm.
Ain't no judge, library, professor, football player, teacher. People gonna clean their house on a weekend for one day and have the second day to prepare for their next week of work.
Yeah.
Those people, home techs, they help us be successful. They are essential.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then here's what you have. You have this lady, she slumps down, and I went, wow. She got a hoopty filled with brushes and brooms and dust buckets and stuff. And I said, she's a home tech. And she goes, wow. I said, yeah, girl, I know. Here I feel I'm humbled that I can pay $90 to fill up a tank.
Right, right, right.
And she can't. She says, I can only fill up 3 gallons because I feed my family on $15 a week.
Mm.
And I went, wow, how do you do that?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
said, well, tortillas, chili, beans, rice, but in the garden, we do it. That's how we do it. I
Mm-hmm.
said, invite me over for dinner.
Mm.
That sounds good. I said, wow. She said, no, girl. I said, no, seriously, I'll come over for dinner. I got to figure this out because I know some people that could use this strategy. And
Right.
so she said, I can, but I'm a housekeeper and I got 6 houses to clean, but I can only clean 3 today because I don't have enough gas to get to the other 3.
Oh.
I'm like, wow, she's worried about other people. The
Yeah.
houses she cleans for other people in the afternoon. She don't have enough gas to get there. So I said, I hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna get you a gas card. Like I give bus cards and gas cards to people, and I tell people every year, give a gas card to a friend or someone at church or someone, fill up
That's
a
very kind.
gas.
That's a good
Okay,
idea. Yeah.
that's the
Mm-hmm.
best gift ever.
That
And
is.
so I said, I'm gonna get you. So I went in and I got a gas card for her. And
That's
came
so
out, gave it
nice.
to her, so she could fill up. It was $300.
Wow. Oh,
It
that's so
wasn't 30. It
nice.
was 300. She said there was another zero. And I said, yeah, girl, you help these people be successful.
Yeah.
They can't clean up. An airline pilot and all these people aren't going to clean their
Yeah.
houses when they come home from work. And they got kids. They got to prepare for the next job, the next week. You help us be successful. Do you know how important you are? And you fill up with gas and you go do the rest of the people in the afternoon and you tell them that you appreciate taking care of them, helping them be successful as they are helping you be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And she had,
I love the way that you value people, and that,
how can
and
you not?
right, and the way that you do it, that you're able to even tell people that you see them. That's so important because a lot of times we're just trucking along and just
Hey,
living
we
our
help each
lives.
other
Yeah.
out.
Mm-hmm.
There's no man an island. We help each
Mm-hmm.
other out every day, all day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it makes smile at someone, say, hey, how you doing, good morning. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like every year I ask everybody to get an audiobook and send to their local VA hospital and assisted facility living for the vets because
Mm-hmm.
they can't hold a book. they
Yeah.
they, they
That's a good
shake,
idea.
they
That's
can't
a good
see,
idea.
and they can sit in a room of 30 people and you put on an audiobook on whether it's a speaker, a Bluetooth, or a CD player. And I asked one of my relatives and friends when I had some thyroid cancer issues and the VA was across the street. I
Mm-hmm.
went across, they said, hey, that's little Pammy. How you doing, Uncle? How you doing? What you want? What can we do? There's not enough volunteers. No one can read to them. No one's going to come. They can't afford CD Audible. So when I did for George R. Martin,
Mm-hmm.
I did an animation show voiceover for him.
Mm-hmm.
He invented Game of Thrones. Hey, um, I asked his publisher, I said, do you have any audiobooks sitting around? I asked my publisher and friends, you got any audiobooks? Send them to the local VA hospitals because there's no one to read to these people. They
Yeah, it's a
can't
good idea.
hold a book. I've been doing it every year now for almost 10 years. I'm reminding everybody to send an audiobook to the local VA or AIDS, HIV/AIDS housing,
Mm-hmm.
or adoption, whatever. So whether kids, Harry Potter, where it's men, westerns, and
Mm-hmm.
movie, but they can't see and they can't hear, and there's
Mm-hmm.
no one to volunteer anymore
Mm-hmm.
because
No,
of
I've
pandemic.
actually I have actually volunteered at the VA. And another thing, and like you said, when you're lending your time, is that some of these people don't have anybody coming
No,
to
they
see
have
them.
nothing.
Nothing. So they just literally don't even, you don't even
They'll
have to
sit in a
say
room
anything. They'll
and
sit in the
read
room.
A play
Yes,
checkers asleep. But when you put on an audio book,
that's a very good. I never thought about that.
everybody sits
That's
around. It's like
yeah,
the podcast,
that's
the
a
plot
wonderful
thickens.
idea.
I
Yes,
do it every year. And my Twitters, they be scratching up, pulling up, sending, going to their VAs, because that's where everybody's uncle is, who fought for uncle and auntie, fought
yeah.
for us. And many of them can't, and many of the vets on the street, they're homeless.
That's so. It's so crazy when you think about that. Like
They're,
what those people
but,
did.
and it's the most difficult investigation analysis ever, because some people don't know how to turn on a stove, turn off the water, it'll flood the drain, flood the toilet, lock the key, turn their, protect their room, turn it, lit the key, turn out the light, come back at night, and you have a place to sleep, cleaned. They don't know how to do that.
Right, right.
That's mental illness, like
Yeah,
racism.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm,
That's mental illness.
mm-hmm.
And they don't, they you can't force them to stay in their room.
You can't for yeah, you can't force them.
Okay, you can't force that. You can't force them. Now flush the toilet, don't put too
Hmm.
much paper in it.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, it's daunting.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a scratch on the head or a
No.
scratch sweep under the rug situation. These are human beings that had thought and cognizant processes
Yes.
that do not have it now,
Yeah.
and are in the elements industry. We got the wealth to deal with it. But we have to say that psychologists, sociologists, doctors, students, people who say, okay, here's what we have for you. But we have monitors to help you get through the day. And hopefully you'll come back, but teach you how to heat up some soup, clean your dishes, not flood the toilet,
Mm-hmm.
take a bath, go to bed, walk around. Do they deserve it? Yes, they do. It wasn't the fault that they were brought into this world. What do we
Right.
do? Discard them like trash?
No, I appreciate your perspective and the way that you're
It's
saying that.
hard.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah.
It'll make you
Hmm.
cry
Yeah, it really will. Hmm.
to see in Atlanta the people living on the street, underneath the streets and the bridges and the viaducts. LA,
LA,
everywhere.
yeah. I mean,
The beach.
literally.
Are you kidding me? And all they want is, if you ask them if you could accept the place, well, I used to have a job, I graduated, but I can't think or remember where I live every day.
Right.
Well, what if we have a facility that can help you and put a GPS on you to help you get back, or you ride the bus, or you take a bike, but you come back? However, if you are capable, help another client make its bed, do the laundry, cut the grass, and it'll provide for you to have a living environment for the rest of your life.
Mm,
You know how
mm-hmm.
many people can do that?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Mm.
that twice a week, every other day, every 3 days. Do the laundry, cut the grass, go shopping, make sure the light bulbs, just, hey, a guy that just puts in light bulbs because he can't handle a mop and a broom.
Right.
Okay, there's ways to do things. But
Mm-hmm.
as long as you don't, and as long as you turn a blind eye, that's what you're going to see, blindness.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. You have to see people's humanity.
But heck, we are all one bump in the head away from sitting in a wheelchair drooling on our robe.
No, that's true. I say that, either that or even just one check away from ourselves being on the street. You know,
Hey,
it's just
a
like that.
bump in the
So
head, you won't know if you got money or a check.
you will not even know. That is so true. It can
Okay,
happen to
I've been hit
anybody.
in the head as a child and
Mm.
considered developmental. Couldn't go to the White Hospital, sent to the Army hospital. I had a concussion, bleeding brain, skull cracked, stuttering, dementia. They said I was going to be developmental.
Mm.
Okay, I was 6 years old, and then the second, the rape, the first rape, and
Mm.
and choking and beating and pushing and bullying, and then again at 18, and then again in California, I was trying to get into film school. By
Wow.
two, the last one a family member, the third one a family member.
Oh my
So I've
goodness.
had my 4 attacks. So I think I
Hmm.
got a little bit of humanity left,
Hmm.
and I share it.
I mean,
I was telling, I had a the other day for the series them, we had
mhm.
a round table, and I was telling everybody, we were talking about what's our worst fear? Is it racism? Is it hate? Is it what is your boogeyman? And I said, my boogeyman is abandonment.
Mm.
When you love somebody, you don't abandon them.
Mm-hmm.
When you abandon somebody, it's because you're using them.
Mm-hmm.
And people have children to use them. They
There
have
are dynamics like
situations.
that.
They
Yeah,
have situations that everyone's using.
there are dynamics like that. That is correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I love to share Tamara Dobson and our friendship, teaching us stunts, walking down the street to Skin Tight. And when she did my makeup and hair, and
Mm-hmm.
we wore denim and bell bottom, we stopped traffic. We had people run into cars, fall off, just chaos with our fine ass behinds walking down Rodeo Drive. Okay. She taking me shopping. And then when I talked to my friend Vanetta McGee, she's up
Mm-hmm.
in Berkeley, married to Carl Lumley, a wonderful man. We talking
Mm-hmm.
about in the back in the day, working and stuff, and how we felt. And then when Cheryl Lee Ralph, who you love, and when she sang, when she was so excited about her award and
I was,
being in.
I actually have to shout myself out. I was the one that actually asked her that question. I was the one that actually spoke to her when she won her award. Let me.
So guess what? Guess what? I tell everybody, y'all, Cheryl Lee has an album out that she made a long time ago. You need to check it out.
No, she could sing. Yeah, she's very talented, original dream girl. Like, I don't think y'all know her pedigree and her resume. And
I do.
well,
I
right,
do.
right. And
And
I love this moment
I
for her.
also
Mm-hmm.
know other stuff that nobody else knows
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
regarding everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I share and promote everyone else in their hustle
Yeah.
because she's got the goods, the talent,
Yeah.
and everybody involved, and everybody who has talent and leaves their family to sing, leaves their husband to sing or work, and the husband's fighting. Everyone, we still have a moment in our day to love after we've loved ourselves. And when you get an opportunity of saying, I want people to hear how I feel in music.
Yeah.
And it's Jennifer, it's Cheryl Lee, it's Beyonce,
Mm-hmm.
it's Alicia Keys, it's Phyllis Hyman, it's Minnie Riperton, and every style has impacted all of us.
Yes, for sure.
And I
Mm-hmm.
love talking about, our music and how we got out there in spite of our husbands in society saying we can't do it because we're a girl, and we did it, and now it's infinite. It's a part of our who we are forever.
Mm-hmm.
And she's every male, female, husband, child, everybody who supported an artist in their family, they're part of it as well, their journey.
Yeah, for sure.
All of us are. And I just love the fact that at some point everybody gets a chance. If you just went out there 20, 30, 40 years ago and did it,
Yeah.
it's going to come back.
Yeah. That's
And I
wonderful.
and I that's the way I feel about all that we've accomplished. And there's more. There's other actresses. I don't know if they play piano or compose and
Mm-hmm.
play drums and do all the stuff that I do. Musically, I
Mm-hmm.
play jazz organ, Hammond B3. I play drums. I have the same drum set as Questlove on Roots. I have, I have been, playing church, doing stuff. And
Yeah.
at the time is right, I'll break out in song in an audition. And it's not an audition. It's just, hey, come and sit down and tell us who you are, Pam. Like when I direct a movie I wrote, I want people to come in and say, okay, you know the script, you know my book, you know me. Tell me who you are. Tell me what you can do in a given day when you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me
Mm-hmm.
what you can do when you're not happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I got you. I'll get you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get you. That's all I want to see. I don't worry about you memorizing anything. I just want to see what you want to share about your humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got to be on the screen, and the screen flattens everything out.
Yeah.
It's
I
got
want
to be for me scratch and sniff, okay?
I want to thank you so much, Miss Grier, for being so open and vulnerable and honest and for really just paving the
And
way.
fun.
And
Was
fun,
I
yes.
not fun?
I gotta tell the truth. You are really my favorite interview now. This was the top tier.
Hey, that's all I asked for. That's all I asked for. I got to be at the head of the class, girl.
I see. You've got a lot of firsts. You also have, you're always
Come and play with me, y'all. Come and play with me. Yeah.
I got to sing with Pam Grier today. Come and play with us.
Come on now. Come on now with my country, rural, military, urban behind.
Oh
Are
my
you
goodness.
kidding me?
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be knocking down that door at your farm so I can get some of that pot liquor martini.
Girl, yeah, hey, I'm telling you, I can smell the greens. Everybody, because everybody, when they caught on in the eating, the EV, keto, all
Yeah.
the healthy eating, collard greens don't stay in the grocery shop more than an hour. Somebody is stealing my collard
Somebody,
greens.
somebody.
You better buy 10, 20 bushels of it. Because if you think you're coming back for more, they won't be there.
We're not gonna be there.
Because every restaurant, every cowgirl barbecue here,
Yeah.
every day they cook collard greens, the best collard greens in your life. Okay, everybody's cooking collard greens
Oh
because they
my
used to be
gosh.
like a nickel a bush.
Yeah.
Now they're like $2.99. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, for some collard green?
The collard green prices have shut up.
Are you kidding me? Whole Foods, it don't last. They have a whole wall of collard greens for Thanksgiving. They don't, not spinach, but collard green.
Well, collard green. Oh yeah, that's to make the distinction. There's a difference. Yeah.
And dressing and turkey and gravy and candied yam or whatever it is, but collard green is the number one green vegetable at the picnic.
Okay, now we know. Go and get them quick.
And you can freeze it. You can freeze the pot liquor and you can use it for another day.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just freeze, a huge gallons of it because you're going to be drinking all through winter.
Ain't got nothing else better to do.
Hey, buy that extra bottle of vodka, okay? And vermouth, we gonna hit it. I'm not kidding. Let me tell you, they drink more collard green martini than beer at a football game in my house.
I'm telling you, this is the first time I've ever heard of this. This is a fascinating, interesting conversation in more ways than one for sure, but that is an interesting takeaway. I've never heard of collard green martinis.
Girl, and you can have some cornbread on the side.
You got me thinking. Now I'm starting to, you're getting my chef skills up. There's a lot of
and put some jalapeno peppers in that cornbread.
Great idea. Oh yeah, that's
Are you
true.
Kidding me?
That would work. Yeah.
Breakfast of champions.
With a martini.
Yeah, babe. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Miss Grier, oh my gosh. I wish I could just spend a day in your world.
You'll go, she's tiring me out. Pam, will you go? Someone take her away from me?
No, I do not think that would be possible. I would just be fascinated at each turn. Like, my gosh,
it's really interesting because people, didn't realize I was such a scientist. When Joy Reid had me on with Val Demings, and we both ride Harley motorcycles, and Harley makes also an electric motorcycle as well. And girl, it came up, Harley sales went up. Chicks with sticks when I played polo on horses went up. But to have us little brown skin honeys on our own motorcycles or on Harleys,
that's pretty cool.
Girl, drive by, pick your man up. Come on, boo.
Yeah, pick and put him on the back.
I'll let him teach him how to ride. Many of them ride and they're impressed but take a country road. You didn't need to take the freeway. You're not risking your life. You're doing something safe and having fun. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Everybody slow down. So just have a good time.
Have a good time.
Have a good time.
Miss Grier, I had a good time talking to you.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. Thank you.
I'm so glad for you. And I just want everybody to know, once again, my name is Koku with blackfilm.com, and I'm here with Pam Grier.
Coco.
Miss Pam Grier is featured in the Turner Classic Movies award-winning podcast, The Plot Thickens, which is hosted by Ben Mankiewicz, and it is so good. And as you guys can see, I mean, this is a woman who is so hilarious, so serious, so important. And it's just such a blessing to even be in your presence just for a moment. But like I said, I'm gonna come hang
Hey,
out
I
with
get
you.
it from you. I get it from I get my they call it get your fox. Where you get your foxiness from? I said you. I get it from all the women around. Don't blame me. I
Don't
get it
blame
from
you.
you all in your red lipstick, our
Yeah,
hair, our style,
yeah,
whatever. I get it from all women, walks of life.
yeah.
Our white sisters,
Hmm.
our gypsy sisters, our Native American, our
Hmm.
Latinos, and our you name it. Anyone who come out with their ferocity and ownership of their womanhood
Yeah.
and not afraid to, say, oh no, I got to take care of me. I don't expect anybody else to do it. So I'm here first, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And enjoy
No,
the ride. That's all we got.
that's such a great takeaway, and I really appreciate you, and we all love you, and just thank
Oh,
you.
that's
No,
sweet.
we
And
do.
much love to everybody out there too.
Yeah,
We get through it. We're gonna get through it.
we're gonna get through it. No,
We're
and
gonna get through it.
let me tell you something. This was like a sermon, honey. Like I feel like we was in church too a little bit.
We were. It
We
still
were.
is.
We still are. Learning every
Okay.
day. Thank
We
you.
still here. We
Yeah,
here.
we
We
here.
here.
We here. Thank you for taking us to church.
We here. Pass the plate. I want to see you up in the front row this Sunday.
Front row this, and no, I'm gonna do my choir solo.
All right now. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and sing something now.
You better sing that song.
I'm gonna sing that song.
Sing that song, honey.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I really appreciated talking to you. I have not laughed this hard in so long, and I really needed it too.
Hey, girl, we all need that. We all need a chuckle.
Thank
We all need a chuckle.
we
Laugh a
do.
little, be grateful if you wake up breathing,
Yeah,
Coco.
yeah,
We're going to have a good day.
that is so true. Thank you so much, Miss Greer. Thank you for making my day.
Okay, mommy.
Okay, take care.
You got it. You too.
Bye. If you want to see more content like this on blackfilm.com, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell.